Hey guys, it's Lee. Welcome back to my channel, and to those of you that are new here, welcome to the Madhouse. So yes, I've got a few things I've warmed, and I also have a bag of other random empty bits. So in my basket this month I have some of the stuff from Patricia's wax melting challenge, as well as some other stuff that I've warmed as well, just because this has been a bit of an epic warming month. So without further ado, I'll try and do this in order, and I probably should have gone through this beforehand, so I might actually pause the video here and try and sort this into date order, or at least what forms part of the wax challenge and what doesn't, so bear with me. Right, I'm back. Even though I do appear to have lost a tester pot somewhere between emptying my basket and putting them in order. Wasn't aware that anything had fallen on the floor, so I'm not quite sure what on earth I've done with it. So first of all, as I try and prop this up, day one of Patricia's wax melt challenge was melt a scent that starts with A. So I am trying to use these wax melting challenges as a catalyst to use up old tester pots and, where possible, open bars. I'm trying to not open new bars to kind of fit into these categories if at all possible, but I will if I need to, or I might just go, do you know what, I don't have anything that fits that, so it's a free melt day. Excuse me. So first of all, melt a scent that starts with A. I went for a tester pot of aloe vera and ivy. So this is cool aloe vera entwined with climbing ivy and a splash of watery melon. It's nice. It's probably not one of my favourite scents, but it was nice enough. Then day two was cheer on your country by melting something patriotic. I'm from Wales, and so I mean we've got rugby and dragons and shit like that. So as the daffodil is the national flower of Wales, I went for floral wax, which I went for lush gardenia because I don't have anything with daffodil in. And yeah, so this is the creamy full scent of classic gardenia with a whisper of tuberose, and it is very floral. I do get the tuberose from it. I'm not entirely sure what gardenia smells like on its own, but it is a really powerhouse of a floral scent. Then day three was melt a watermelon scent, so I went with Watermelon Wave, which is ride a riptide of watermelon, sparkling citrus and tart Mexican lime. And it's nice. It is watermelony. I do get the lime from it as well. And yeah, I'm not sure about the citrus. Well, saying that, yeah, lime is citrus, so it's nice. I like that one. Then day four was warm a purple wax. So I went for Be Fabulous, and this is bright limoncello sparkles against a splash of ruby grapefruit and sweet sugared musk. And it's a fruity floral. It's nice. I don't think I've had a full bar of it. As far as I know, I haven't. But I mean, it's nice. It's pretty much a Scentsy staple, I think. Then day five was Gimme 5. So this prompt was try to melt a wax with 5 or more scent notes. So I went for Speakeasy from Teddy B's Wax Melts, which I had from Melissa. This one's absolutely beautiful. It's an absolutely beautiful scent. So the scent notes are fire roasted marshmallows, soft woods, sandalwood, hints of floral, coconut and Palo Santo. And that's a really nice one. Really good performance too. Then day 6 was go for gold and to melt a strong wax. So I went for Scents's Weathered Leather, and this is strong and it lasts. So step back or step into an old-fashioned saddle shop brimming with dark suede and tooled leather over a backdrop of oak. And it's like a leather jacket. It is leather. Yeah, there's not really much else you can say about Weathered Leather. It smells like leather belt or leather jacket. Or when you go into like Spanish leather shop on holidays, that's the smell. Then day 7 was warm, a coastal scent for Lighthouse Day, and I went with Fox and Flames Shoreline Stroll. Now I don't have scent notes for this, but it's so I think I can taste wax. This is like a creamy, seaside, salty sort of smell. Really, really nice. I find this performs best in a tea light warmer. So I did that in the ensuite. Then day 8 is melt either your oldest or newest wax. So I went with the oldest one that I had, which was open, which wasn't my oldest wax, but I wasn't opening another bar just to melt the oldest one. I went with the oldest one I had open, which is Maleficent Mistress of Evil. And I've just realised that I don't have the scent notes on here. I know it's blackberry and something. Yes, so it's Gardenia, Musk, Juicy Blood Orange, Satsuma, Plum. That's not the description that I'm used to, but this says the beauty of Gardenia meets malevolent musk while Juicy Blood Orange drips over Satsuma Plum for the sweetest revenge. I don't remember it being worded quite that way, but it's nice. I will try and finish this off in September, just because I've had it since February 2021. Then we have day 9, which is warm something with blackberry, and I went with blackberry cider, which is a sweet blackberry brew spiked with raspberry, roasted apple and a splash of vanilla, and that's nice. Again, don't think it's one I've had a full bar of. Then day 10 was melted camping or s'mores scent. I was going to do around the campfire, but instead I went for Rose Girl's Sunken Treasure, which I had from Melissa, because it has marshmallow fireside in. So it's marshmallow fireside, Palo Santo, mahogany, coconut, all Bath and Body Works type. And I thought, well, marshmallow, yeah. So I thought marshmallow fireside, you get toasted marshmallows in s'mores. Bit of a tenuous link, but you know, it was the best I could do. Then day 11 was melt a wax that's an Olympic ring colour. Now I went a bit overboard on this, because I did end up warming a metric fuck ton of wax for this one. So I went blue and I warmed Jammy Time, which is Drift into Dreamland with Baby Freesia, Lavender and Sweet Pea. And I also warmed Mickey Mouse and Friends, which is Celebrate Everlasting Friendship with a fragrance almost as sweet thanks to Georgia Peach, accented by pops of orange peel and vanilla. So I did those two for blue. Then for yellow, I warmed Better Homes and Gardens Mayo Lemon and Basil, which is Mayo Lemon, Lime, Bergamot, Basil, Orange and White Pomelo. And that's such a good scent. Then for black, I went with two different ones. So I went with Sassy Girl Aroma Black Hood, and that is woodsy and sweet smoky vanilla scent. And while it's technically not black, they are it is like on here it's like orangey browny, but they were swirls of almost like very dark charcoaly grey, almost black. Plus it's called Black Hood, so no black in the title. And I also went with Sassy Girl Aroma Maya's Returns. So this is black licorice, marshmallow and sugar cookies, and this is pretty much a black wax. So then green, I went Just For You. So this is Wild Blackberry offers its one-of-a-kind sweetness to a forest of fir balsam and pine needles. Love Just For You. Such a great scent, like sweet trees and fruity. Really like that one. Then red, which is the last one of the set. I went, excuse me. So red, last one of the set, I went with Cinnamon Bear, which is crisp, spicy cinnamon, reminiscent of red hot candy with a touch of cloves. Really like that one. And also Oh Boy from the Disney, which is in honour of a true original juicy grapefruit cheerfully mixed with bright clementine and sugared vanilla, is one of a kind, just like Mickey Mouse. So yes, that was a good way to use up a lot of testers, to be honest. Then day 12 was Warm Something with a Dairy Note, and I went with Sassy Girl Aroma Driscoll. So this is bowl of fresh picked strawberries, whipped cream and white cake, and it is such a good scent. I have double bagged this one because I noticed that there was a hole in it, but it's such a good scent. Then day 13 we had Melted Toes in the Sand, hand in drink kind of wax. So I went for one that Melissa sent me, and that was Southern Sweet Tea, which is a splash of juicy peach, orange juice and white tea. Oh, such a, I won't say strange scent, but it's such a good scent. And I could imagine myself being sat on a beach with my feet on the sand drinking a cup of iced tea. So then we had day 14 Happy Wax, pick a fave, and again I went with Sassy Girl Black Hood because this is one of my all-time favourites. It's just stunning. And this is how I've only got 2 cubes of this pack left. Oops, where are you going? That's why I only have 2 cubes of this left from this pack. And I'm sure this appears later again, as I know I did warm it quite a bit. Then for day 15 was Lemon Meringue Pie Day, and that's melted lemon, meringue or pie wax. And again, kind of went a bit crazy, because I went with a couple of mixologies, and I went baked apple pie with Better Homes and Gardens May Lemon. Really good combination. Then I also went with sugar cookie and Better Homes and Gardens May Lemon and basil again, and again a really good combination. So then on day 16 was Warm a Wax You've Had a Rocky Relationship With. Now this time I went for Very Merry Cranberry, and this is lush red winter berries pop against a backdrop of snow-covered cedar, creating a lovely winter landscape. And to be honest, I'm not really convinced that I like it. Some days I sniff it and I'm like, oh, that's nice, and other days I'm like, I'm not a fan, which is why it's taken me, I'm sure these were, or at least one of them was from my very first tester pot kit from when I joined Scentsy, which is a few years ago now, so glad to see the back of them. Then day 17 was Melted Fruit Punch Scent, and I actually did another mix. So I mixed Strawberry Basil from the Life's a Garden collection with Kahiko Hula, which is Say Aloha with exotic passion fruit, mango and papaya. And together they made a really good combination. Then day 18 was Warmer Scent that starts with V, and if I can find it, excuse me, I went with Vanilla Oud, which is sweet vanilla grounded by leather and earthy oud wood. And this is a really nice one as well, though as much as I like it, I wouldn't buy more of it because I just don't find it performs very well. To me it's light and it doesn't last very long, like I'd say 6 to 8 hours, and I just cannot smell it anymore. Then we had day 19, Melt Your Rainy Summer Day Wax. Now, I don't have a rainy summer day wax, but I do have, or do have, Devon Wick, and this was Janeiro Sunshine. So this is a delightful symphony of fruity and floral notes with a burst of apple, lemon, almond, coconut and peach. I mean, it had sunshine in the title, so rainy day, a sunshine wax. So yeah, rainy summer day, I went with that one. Then on day 20 is Music to My Nose, and that was Malta wax linked to a song, so naturally I had to go with Happy Birthday. So this is a candylicious confection of sparkling sugar, fluffy whipped cream and warm vanilla extract. And this is such a good scent. It's probably one of my favourite vanilla scents. It's just gorgeous. Then on day 21 was Malta Scent that epitomises summer. And again, I couldn't choose one, so I chose two. So I went with Santan Lotion from Hayden Road Candle Co., which I had gifted to me from Melissa. And this one, it kind of smells like Santan Lotion. It really is a case of it does what it says on the label. And then I mixed that with Spanish Dreams from Fragrance Fantasies. And this one, I mean, Spanish Dreams, Spain is a summer holiday destination. And that is a really nice one. I do need to send some of that to Melissa to try. Then on the 22nd was Team Spice or No Spice, Warm and Apple Scent, according to your preference. So I went with Falling Apples, and take a stroll through an orchard lined with crisp apple, acorn and oak. Really like this one. Really like this one. And actually I think this was the test pot I lost. So obviously didn't lose it. It was just buried amongst other wax. So on the 23rd, Malta Scent with Any Wood Note. And I went with New Pastures Home Amaryllis and Sandalwood. And this one is nice. I had this in the ensuite, so it was Tea Light Warmer. And that was a really pleasant one. Then on day 24 was Warmer Wax that reminds you of the fair. And again, couldn't just choose one. So I went with Caramel Apple Craze, which is creamy golden caramel, sweet red delicious apples and whipped vanilla invite you to be a trick or treater again. Then I also warmed Sensationals Cider House Donuts, because who doesn't love a donut from the fair? So then on day 25 was Banana Split Day. And the prompt was melt one of its ingredients, so I went with Cherries Jubilee. So this is make room for dessert, black cherry simmered with raspberry and a refreshing burst of zesty lemon. And I like this one. It does actually remind me a bit of Cherry Bakewell tart. I don't know what gives it like an almondy scent, but that's what I think of when I smell that one. Then on day 26, pick a popsicle scent. So I went with Tangerine Creamsicle, which is icy tangerine blended with mango and vanilla cream. Swirl, make the sweetest tropical treat. And that is a really nice one. Again, another one that I've never really warmed. I've not had a full bar of it. I probably wouldn't bother because I think there are nicer scents out there. Then day 27 was warmer peach wax, and that was either scent or colour. So I went for Lights Out from the Catch and Z's collection. And this is Night Falls Gently over relaxing sandalwood, sweet vanilla and warm amber. And it wasn't my favourite one from the collection, but it was a nice one nonetheless. Then day 28 was Warmer Bonfire Blend, which again didn't have anything with bonfire in, so I went with Hollow Harvest from the Gaudy Goodness collection. So this is smoked embers and vanilla beans flicker inside a hand carved pumpkin. And but I did like this one because I love the smoky woodsy scent, but it's not one I would buy another bar of. Definitely a one and done for me. Then on day 29 was SS or S, melt a scoopable soy or sweaty wax. So I went with scoopable tart wax, Gilligan's Brew peppermint shave cream. And I don't know what peppermint shave cream is supposed to smell like because I don't use shave cream. I just use shaving gel. But this is a minty, sweet, creamy scent. Don't really get any soapy note from it, though I can imagine that this is what a peppermint shave cream would smell like. So, I mean, I do like that one. Then the 30th was Free Melt Day. So I went with Sweet But Fierce from the Glamorous You collection. And this is soothing pink jasmine and sweet violet get bold with a burst of crystallized sugar. And yeah, I mean, I've had this since August 2021, so it was time to use it up. Then on the 31st was Melt Peridot Wax for August's birthstone. So I went with Lion King in the Jungle as it was the closest colour wax I had to a peridot. And this was Find Yourself in a Tropical Oasis lush with emerald palm leaves, dewy bamboo and exotic blooms that strike a perfect harmony. Excuse me. So on top of those, as I said, it was a bloody epic warming month in August. That's because I didn't really, apart from August bank holiday weekend, I didn't really go anywhere. So all my warmers were on most of the time. I also had my diffuser on, so I did diffuse some winter spice, just as the one day it was like cold and miserable out. I just fancied something like warming and comforting. So yeah, that's, I mean, again, it's one that does what it says on the tin. It's a winter spice scented diffuser oil. I used up some marshmallow, or I used up a test pot of marshmallow mint cocoa, which is cozy up with a mug of hot chocolate as airy marshmallow and peppermint floats above a rich layer of creamy cocoa. Now, I do have this in bar form, but I wanted to use the tester pot up, so I did. Then I warmed some Rose Girls Alice is Lost in the Forest, which is honeydew and cotton candy frosting and Palo Santo and Fraser fir. So I don't have a lot of this left, so I will try and use this up soon. Then I warmed through some baked bread and lattes from Sassy Girl Aroma, and this is fresh baked bread, caramel and coffee, and this was really, really nice. I know this has featured before because I did have a few squeezes of it off Melissa. Then still more to go, bloody hell. So then from Sensationals, I'm not sure how this is pronounced, Recuerdos de Familia, which is family remembrance, and this was in the Woods category. But oh my god, I think this was either from, or this was from the Canada. But this, I must be honest, really surprised me. It went for days. And I would be like, what's that smell? And then I would realise it was this. Absolutely beautiful. Then I warmed some pumpkin roll, which is creamy pumpkin pie filling surrounded with yellow cake, pecans, butter and spices. Absolutely beautiful. This is something that I would purchase more of, but at the moment it's only available as part of the Goldie Goodness collection, and as I don't have a scented club, I'm not clubbing it. If it was available in bar format, I would have bought a few bars of it, but I know that it's in someone's club, so they have kindly said that I can pilfer a bar or two in the future if I want to. Then I warmed through some Ursula Poor Unfortunate Souls. So this is an alluring potion of wild blackberry, scarlet raspberry and bubbly goji berry wrapped up in vengeful vanilla silk will leave you spellbound. Common complaint for me is it's not strong enough. I do find it performs well in a tea light warmer, but it's kind of like a few hours and I can't smell it anymore. So I think I do have another bar of this, but I mean originally it was like a bluey colour and it's now an Ursula purple, so time to get that used up. Finished off my bar of Mariposa Lily. Don't have the scent notes for this, but I mean it smells like lily. I do like that one. It's, when did I have? February 2021, so it's old. Then I warmed some Double D, which is Darcy and David, which is a Hobby Lobby wax. And this was sweet essence of cotton candy, melon and musk. And it's sweet and fruity. I do like it though. Then I finished off my bar of Canada Day from Sensationals. Such a good scent. I also finished off my bar of Gleeful Grape. So this is juicy grape, raspberry leaf and scrumptious sugared berries. And then I also finished off my bar of Dream Big, which is celebrate a life without limits in a burst of blackcurrant, mimosa blossom, fresh pineapple and smooth vanilla orchid. This is a scent that goes on for days as well. I really like that. And I do have at least one more bar of it. So that's what I've been warming and finishing off. And then, as well as that, I have a bag with some non-wax melt stuff that I've finished up. Though some of it is wax, just not wax melts. So I used up a bottle of House of Fabulosa Egyptian cotton, if it will focus, laundry cleanser. Really like this scent, and it's great on my running kit because it stops all the whiffs, especially as a lot of sports and fitness stuff should be washed at low temperatures. And I finished off a Comfort Scent Booster Elixir, and this one, even though it's heavenly fresh and there's blue flowers on it, to me it's more of a cologne scent. out of the three of them, this to me smelt more like a man's aftershave. The other one is a pink one, which is Floral Dreams or something, and then there's a yellow one. I've only had the pink and the blue one, but the blue is by far my favourite. Then I finished up a bottle of Scentsy hand soap in the Berry Blessed scent, and do really like that one. Then I finished off a Scentsy washing up liquid in Pure Perfect Peppermint. The only thing I found with this, the top split on it, don't know if you can see there, if it will focus or not. Will it? No. But the top split there, so as you were trying to squirt it out, it was coming out of the crack, or where it's split, where it's split there. I know some people do like to use the pump dispensers off the laundry detergent, but it split towards the end, so it wasn't worth fannying about trying to find a pump and cut it and fit it. Then I tried the Elba Grease foaming toilet cleaner, which has lemon fragrance, or lemon fresh, sorry. Wasn't a fan. To be honest, I didn't really. It foamed up a little bit, but I was disappointed. I really wouldn't bother with that again. I finished up a Yankee Candle Stars and Stripes candle. This was a collector's edition, and I've had it in my stash for many years. And I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to bloody use it. So I did. And it burned pretty much right down to the bottom. And this, to me, smells like the Home Sweet Home scent they did. Because it's like that spicy, cinnamony, nutmeggy, almost a hint of bakery scent. So finish that one off. And there's loads here. I mean, it has been an epic month. And as I said before, a lot of these candles and things haven't all been started this month, in August. Some of them were started before August and they've just been finished off in August. One or two of them I did start and finish in August. So I don't know what that was. Oh, that's okay. So next up was another Yankee Candle. So this was Haunted Hayride, and again I've had this one a few years. This was from one of the Halloween collections, and I know there was something I saw somewhere that said how to read the code above the barcode to interpret when it was manufactured, and yeah, this was a nice one. Hard to describe the scent, so I won't even attempt. Then I finished off a Pet Friendly Candle Co. candle, and this was in White Tea and Jasmine, I think. Does it say? White Tea and Pear. Sorry, it's on the actual label, not that you can see. And that was a really nice one. This one I did start and finish. So this was from the White Company, and the scent isn't on here, but I'm sure it was something like ginger spice or something. It was a gingery, warming scent. Then I finished up a Mia Roma candle in Winter Spice. As you can tell, a few days I was like, oh, just bring back summer, because it is still summer, or just bring the winter. Let's not have one nice day, one rainy day, one nice day, one cold day. I mean, let's just be done with it. Either let's keep summer or let's move to autumn. So yeah, some days I was like, I just want a warm, spicy, scented, warming, comforting fragrance. So there was that one. Then I started a new frosted pine weed diffuser, and I think it was little. So yeah, really pleased with those. I used up a neat multi-surface concentrated cleaner thing. I've decanted that into a bottle and diluted it, so I am working my way through that. Used up a Bath & Body Works pocket back in pineapple coconut, and that's a really nice scent. Then I used up a small travel size body cream from Rituals, and this was the Ritual of Sakura, which is rice milk and cherry blossom. Love this stuff, it's so thick and rich and creamy. I did manage to get, I think, almost every single last drop out of that tube. Then I went through a vanilla cinnamon maple scent circle, and just towards the end of August I popped in a sheer leather car bar. So yeah, that I probably could have squeezed a few more days out of this, but I was going away for the weekend and thought, oh, let's just stick a new one in. Then I used up a pack of cotton cleanups, which I see the large ones are returning to the new catalogue this month. Yeah, now. So these are now back in the catalogue. I used up a Galileo linen touch candle, not that you can see the label. This is one I bought when I was in Portugal last February, as in 2023. So used that one up. Then this one is one that many moons ago I was given a partial tea set, and a lot of the cups were cracked, as this one is, and I decided that I would make a candle out of it. But as they cracked, you can probably see where the cracks are. The wax did leak out in part, and it's kind of stuck itself together. I think it was like a spiced apple scent. Hard to tell because I don't actually know how many years it's been up in the attic, but that's now used up and gone and can be binned. Then the last two items were from the same company, and they were both from Lime Bay collection, and these were based in Dorset. Can't find them on the website or on the internet anymore, so I assume that they've ceased trading, which I'm not surprised because I bought these in 2017, and I do have another one or two of them under the bed, so I will be starting on those soon. And yeah, they did burn fairly well, fairly evenly. This one did burn a bit better than this one, and I don't know which. Oh, Midnight Shore was the one I burnt first, which is when I started in July and finished in August, and then this one I did start and finish in August. But yes, so that's what I've been warming and burning and finishing off in August, and I really can't believe we're into bloody September. Yeah, and I mean, it's literally Christmas cards and Christmas candles, and just general Christmas tat is starting to appear in the shops. And I mean, it's still technically summer until the 21st if you go by the astrological season. If you go by the meteorological season, then yes, it is autumn or fall. But I go by astrological because it's far less depressing, and it means that we can hope for a bit of nice weather for at least another 2.5 weeks. That said, I do fly out to Spain on the 13th, Friday the 13th. Can't think of a better date to go on holidays, actually. So yes, I'm not away for long, just 5 days. I can't wait for some sun and some guaranteed warmth, because even if like it rains, it's still warm out there in September. So yes, looking forward to that. So there may be slightly less stuff next month to report for September. I am taking part in Patricia's September wax melting challenge, and I have picked out a plethora of wax. So even though I'm away for a few days, some waxes need to be changed more frequently than others, and as I have 1, 2, 3, 4 warmers upstairs plus the tea light warmer 5 upstairs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 warmers downstairs, it's no, as you can see from this month, it's no difficulty to actually warm through a lot of wax. I know some people put the same wax in all their warmers. I tend to do different wax in different warmers just because I personally find it helps prevent nose blindness. Because I know in the past when I have put the same scent in all my warmers, very often I stop smelling it within a few hours. But I just find different wax in different warmers. As I walk through the house, the scent constantly changes and it's noticeable. My only exception to that is Christmas time, when I tend to use Disney Season of Magic in every warmer in the house on Christmas Eve. But that one I do tend to not go nose blind to. Yeah, so that's it. You'll be glad to know. If you made it this far, thank you for sticking around. And if you didn't, well, fine. I've got nothing to say to you because you're not here. So yes, thank you for sticking around, those of you that did. And until next month, so early October, I will catch you then. And look after yourselves. Take care. Bye.